G'day guys, Ben Keane and Joe Rabjohns here.
G'day.
And we are going to do a Christmas guitar walkthrough. Around about this time of year, we get a lot of people asking us, which guitar should I buy for my child? So here's a couple of tips straight up. By now you'd know that we suggest when people are learning to buy the Valencia acoustic guitar in the size that's appropriate to them. They're about $100 and we consider those to be a guitar that is a really good guitar to have entry level and is not such an expensive purchase that it would be a big waste of money if the student didn't progress. But some students get more serious pretty quickly and want to progress. So the best way to go from here is, if we're talking about going up a level, is to head up to the electric guitar package that's around about the $350 to $450 price point. Anything under this is going to be a little bit touch and go in terms of its quality. So what we'd recommend is spending a little bit more and heading into that price point. Now in this price point we have the big two guitar brands, which are Fender and Gibson. Fender make the Squire, which is this guitar here. It's what we call a Strat copy. And this one here is an Epiphone, which is made by Gibson, and it's what we call a Les Paul copy. Okay, so the differences really are not going to be heard so much in the sound of these guitars. The differences will be usually for students in terms of weight. The Fender is a much lighter guitar, so would be a guitar that's a little bit more suitable to younger students or smaller students. And the Les Paul is a much heavier, solider guitar. Very, very heavy, but if you've got a student who's a teenager and wants to play some heavier kind of music, this is generally a guitar that would be cool for that. So we might have a listen to Joe now jam out on the Fender. Cool. Okay, and if we were to play, you'll really not hear so much of a difference in sound. Cool. We might jam a little bit together now, so you can hear how they go together. We might go 12 bar blues in A, and you can lead if you want, mate. So, the next level. We recommend the next level guitar would be about the $1,000 mark. Now, with a $1,000 guitar, you're probably looking at something that you're going to keep for life. It's a guitar that is made well enough to be serviced and altered and all those kind of things. So you can still buy in the big two brands, so you'd be looking in that price point at like a Fender Mexican model, or you'd also be looking at a Gibson, either a Les Paul Jr. or an SG Jr. They're all really good guitars, but there's a couple of other guitars that you might want to consider. We have Joe over here using a Maton Master Sound. Now the Maton Master Sounds are really cool guitars, there's no doubt about it. Most people have heard of Maton acoustic guitars. They're an Australian brand. The amazing thing about these guitars here is Australian made, Australian timbers, and even Australian made pickups. So there's a lot of work that go into these guitars. This guitar usually retails at about $1,400, but you can get them on sale for around about $1,150, $1,200. The amount of work, this is an Australian made guitar, handmade by using local products, which is, so essentially, you could consider it to be a custom made guitar really at the end of the day. So that's a really big plus for these guitars. One thing to consider is, like the Les Pauls, they're quite heavy. Here we have a Gretsch. Gretsch guitars, Gretsch in terms of being a musical instrument brand, they make drums, they make guitars, are just classic instruments, really, really cool stuff. Their guitars, they're well known for a guitar called a White Falcon, which is an amazing guitar. But they make all these kind of electromatic models. They're really fantastic guitars. They look cool. They're fun. They're also a little bit heavy. So if you know, I think the general rule is with guitar students is if you're looking for light, you're probably going to end up looking at something in the Fender range. But students as they get a bit older can handle these guitars quite well. So let's have a listen. We'll start with the Australian made stuff first. We'll have a listen to this master sound. Cool. Pretty awesome. Sounding fantastic, actually. So then we move over to the Gretsch. By the way, this Gretsch here is on sale for like $800. So it's a little bit cheaper than the master sound. So that's it. If you have any questions, I hope that clears up some stuff. Just a couple of general rules when buying guitars. Always better to buy in-store for a couple of reasons. Guitars feel different. They're obviously made from timber, 99.99% of the time. There's some other cool models out there, but mostly timber made. Timber has, as every piece of timber is different. They sound different. They play different. So it's good to get on and feel how how the guitar feels. It's also good to buy in store as well because warranty is a much easier issue to deal with than obviously sending something back to Sydney or Melbourne or whatever when it comes to guitars. So we always recommend in store. We're at the Guitar Centre today in East Brisbane. We deal with those guys exclusively at Play Music Now, and I've dealt with these guys up here for over a decade. So we recommend coming in, getting their expert advice because everyone is different, but the general rules apply. You're definitely wanting to look for your first electric at around that $350 to $450 mark, and then when it comes to the more expensive first lifetime guitar buy, you're definitely looking at around about $1,000. Above and beyond that, you'll see guitars in this store that go up into the tens of thousands of dollars, but there's certainly no need to do that. That's definitely once you reach master collection status. So you can keep going, but we definitely recommend they're your levels of guitar. Start with something around about 100 in the acoustic range, then 350 to 450, and then up around the 1,000 mark. But come see the guys at Guitar Centre. They know what they're talking about. Thanks heaps.
See you later.